Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word. I'm Alex, your host, and I'm thrilled to have you join me for another exciting episode where we explore the wonderful world of English vocabulary. Today, our word of the day is end. What is end? Well, in its most basic sense, end refers to the final part of something, the point where something stops or concludes. It's a very common noun that you'll hear and use all the time. Think of the end of a movie, the end of a book, or even the end of a school day. Let's delve a little deeper and explore how we use this word. The end signifies the termination or conclusion of an event, period, or object. For example, we can say, the summer holiday came to an end too quickly, or I enjoyed the story, but the end was a bit predictable. Now, let's look at some words that mean almost the same thing as end. These are called synonyms. Some synonyms for end include finish, termination, and conclusion. Let's see them in action. Instead of saying the game came to an end, we could say the game came to a finish. Similarly, the termination of the contract was unexpected replaces end with termination, and the conclusion of the meeting was that we need more resources uses conclusion in place of end. See how they all convey the idea of something stopping or finishing.
Great.
Now, what about words that mean the opposite of end? These are called antonyms. Antonyms for end include beginning, start, and commencement. Think about it. The end is the opposite of the beginning. Let's use them in sentences. The beginning of the project was challenging contrasts with the end of the project. The start of the race was delayed is the opposite of the end of the race. And the commencement of the new school year is in September highlights the opposite of the end of the previous year. Understanding both synonyms and antonyms helps you grasp the nuances of a word and use it more effectively. So, how do we use end in everyday conversations? Well, you can use it in countless situations. You might say, see you at the end of the week, meaning you'll meet someone on Friday or Saturday. Or you might say, I'm at the end of my rope, meaning you're feeling overwhelmed and can't handle any more stress. You can also use it to describe the physical end of something, like the end of the table or the end of the street. Here are some more examples to solidify your understanding. The movie's end was very emotional. We reached the end of the road. This is the end of the line for the bus. I'm looking forward to the end of the day. Please put the book back on the end of the shelf. He marked the end of the chapter with a bookmark. The story came to a happy end. She lives at the north end of town. It's important to tie up loose ends before starting a new project. That's the end of the discussion. And here are some common phrases that use the word end. At the end of the day meaning ultimately or in conclusion. For example, at the end of the day, what matters is that we tried our best. To make ends meet meaning to have enough money to live on. For example, it's hard to make ends meet with such low wages. No end in sight meaning that something is likely to continue for a long time. For example, with the heavy rain, there's no end in sight to the flooding. So, to recap, end is the final part of something. We learned that synonyms include finish, termination, and conclusion, while antonyms include beginning, start, and commencement. We also saw how end is used in everyday conversations and common expressions. We went over many examples, so I hope you have a much better understanding of the word end. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word. I hope you found this lesson helpful and informative. Remember to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out on future episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. Your support helps other learners find our show, and that means the world to us. As a challenge, try to create your own sentence using the word end and share it in the comments below the video. We'd love to see your creative examples. Until next time, keep learning and keep exploring the wonderful world of words. Goodbye, and see you at the end of the next episode.